Tony Soprano, mob boss, family man, therapy patient.
Mom, Daddy just fell! Mom!
Dad! Tony!
Oh my God!
Tony! Dad!
The guy runs New Jersey's underworld while dealing with panic attacks and a complicated marriage. Sounds exhausting, right? In this video, we're breaking down what it actually takes to live like Tony Soprano. Could you handle the stress? Do you have the money? The mental toughness? Let's find out if this lifestyle is even possible in real life. So what does a typical day look like for a mob boss? Tony's routine isn't exactly your standard office job. He wakes up in his North Caldwell mansion, deals with family drama over breakfast, then heads out to manage his crew. That means meetings at Satriali's pork store, checking in on various businesses, and handling whatever crisis popped up overnight. Running a crime family means you're never really off the clock. Tony's dealing with loan sharking operations, garbage routes, the Bada Bing strip club, and construction rackets. Every decision affects everyone below you. As Tony himself said, being number one means every choice you make impacts every other thing.
All due respect, you got no idea what it's like to be number one. Every decision you make affects every facet of every other thing. It's too much to deal with almost. And in the end, you're completely alone with it all.
That's a lot of pressure for one guy. And here's the thing about stress. Tony doesn't just feel it mentally. The guy has panic attacks. Real ones that drop him to the floor. His first one happened while watching ducks fly away from his pool. Seems random until you realize those ducks represented his fear of losing his family. The physical toll of this lifestyle isn't just from the occasional fight or getting shot. It's the constant weight of responsibility mixed with genuine mental health struggles. Quick pause. If this kind of analysis interests you, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Let's talk numbers. How much does it cost to be Tony Soprano? According to the show's technical consultant, Dan Castleman, Tony's net worth sat around $5 to $6 million. That might sound like a lot, but it's not billionaire money. And Tony spent it fast. His house in North Caldwell was worth about $1.2 million during the show. Adjusting for inflation, that's roughly $2.1 million today. Nice house, sure, but not exactly a palace. The real money went into maintaining his operations. The Bada Bing, Satriali's, various fronts for laundering cash, all of that needs constant funding. Tony's main income came from gambling and loan sharking. Those were the foundation of his business. He also had his waste management company, Barone Sanitation, which gave him a legitimate cover story. Construction jobs, union shakedowns, and other rackets filled in the gaps. But here's the catch. Tony gambled heavily. Sometimes he won big, sometimes he lost big. There's even a point in the show where he owes Hesh $200,000 from his betting habit. That kind of behavior keeps your net worth from growing the way it should. So while Tony looked wealthy with his Cadillac Escalade, his boats, and his expensive suits, he was constantly burning through money. Lawyer fees alone must have cost a fortune. Every time someone got arrested or needed legal help, that came out of Tony's pocket. The lifestyle only worked because money kept flowing in from his crew. Stop burning, and the whole thing collapses. Being a mob boss isn't just about money and muscle. You need a specific kind of mind to handle it. Tony is smart. He's manipulative when he needs to be. He reads people well and knows how to use that to his advantage. But he's also dealing with serious mental health issues. Tony sees Dr. Jennifer Melfi for therapy throughout the entire show. He starts going after his panic attacks become too much to ignore. In therapy, we learned that Tony's problems run deep. His mother was manipulative and emotionally abusive. His father, Johnny Boy, was a mobster who Tony idolized despite all the violence. Growing up in that environment messed him up in ways he's still dealing with as an adult. The panic attacks aren't just stress, they're rooted in trauma. One major breakthrough comes when Tony realizes his attacks started as a kid after watching his father chop off a butcher's finger. His mother's cheerful reaction to getting discounted cold cuts after that brutal act triggered his first panic attack. That's heavy stuff. Then there's the constant lying. Tony has to maintain a cover story for everyone outside the mob. He's a waste management consultant, nothing more. But keeping up that lie wears on you. Add in the guilt from hurting people, the paranoia from informants and arrests, and the pressure of leadership, and you've got a recipe for serious psychological damage.
This is difficult. This is pain like I'm not used to.
Tony also struggles with anger. Dr. Melfi tells him that depression is rage turned inward, and we see that play out constantly. He explodes at his crew, at his family, sometimes even at Dr. Melfi herself. That anger is part of what makes him dangerous, but it's also what's destroying him from the inside. Tony's a big guy. He uses that size to his advantage in fights. When things get physical, Tony usually wins through brute strength. He doesn't have fancy martial arts training. He just grabs his opponent and beats them until they stop moving. His fight with Ralph Cifaretto is a perfect example. No technique, just raw power and rage. But here's something interesting. Tony only loses one fight in the entire series. His brother-in-law Bobby Balsieri beats him after Tony insults Bobby's wife.
What about my wife?
You married her?
This is my home. No more talking like that.
Bobby lands a sucker punch and keeps going. It's one of the few times we see Tony truly beaten in a physical confrontation. Bobby's bigger than Tony and wasn't afraid to defend his wife's honor, even against a mob boss. Tony's been shot twice during the show. The second time, his Uncle Junior shoots him in the abdomen during a dementia episode.
You got any wine?
Gazzada, malanga!
Tony survives but spends time in a coma. Even after recovering, he picks a fight with his muscular bodyguard just to prove he's still tough. He wins that fight easily, showing that even at his worst, Tony's still physically formidable. Playing high school football and baseball gave Tony some athletic foundation. He nearly made all-county according to one of his crew members, but he never went pro or even finished college. He dropped out after one semester to join his father's mob crew. That decision set him up on the path to becoming boss, but it also meant he'd never develop skills outside the criminal world. So could someone actually live like Tony Soprano? Not really. The combination of skills, money, and psychological resilience needed is almost impossible to maintain long-term, and there are examples for that around us in this world. Real mob bosses do exist, but the show makes it clear that this lifestyle of Tony Soprano almost destroys people. His life itself is the best example for that. It's a real mess. Tony's relationships are a mess. He cheats on his wife constantly. His marriage to Carmela is held together by money and habit, more than love. He's disappointed in his son AJ and admits to Dr. Melfi that he actually loathes him at times. Even his relationship with his daughter Meadow, who he's most proud of, suffers because of his lifestyle. The physical toll adds up too. Tony's panic attacks continue throughout the series. Therapy helps some, but he never fully deals with his issues. The violence, the stress, the lack of sleep, the heavy drinking, all of it wears him down. By the end of the show, Tony's crew is falling apart, the FBI has testimony against him, and his life is closing in on all sides. The money isn't sustainable either. Carmela points out that most mob wives struggle after their husbands die. Tony's lifestyle only works because of constant income from his capos. Without that, the bills would bury him. The lawyers, the houses, the cars, the boats, the mistresses, the college funds. It all requires a steady flow of illegal cash. And let's not forget the legal consequences. Real mobsters go to prison. They get killed. The show is based on actual crime families from New Jersey, and those organizations saw plenty of arrests and violence. Living this way means constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering if someone's going to flip, if the FBI is watching, if a rival family is planning something. Fantasy might push beyond human limits, but understanding what's real makes the story even better. Smash that like button, subscribe if you want more reality versus fiction breakdowns, and comment which character's lifestyle you want me to analyze next. Your suggestion might be the next video.